Loading Up Podcast. Game on. Perfect.
Welcome back to the Loading Up Podcast. I'm your host, Producer Jay, along with my co-host, Brother Zay. What's going on, man?
What's up, dude? How you been?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been great because I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. It's a little nasally.
Oh, I hear it.
Yeah. I've been going through a freaking... It's the cold that does not want to go away. And I hate that every time I get sick. It stays. I feel fine physically, but every time I get sick, it stays for like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. Like I've been coughing just like randomly. It's so annoying. I hate this. But you know, it comes with the time of year, right? It's
Yeah, brother Matt's also sick right now too.
yeah. No, and then there was a time like I think like a couple weeks ago where it felt like everybody I knew was sick. It was so crazy. Like I'm sure it's happened before, but it was so weird that everybody was sick at the same time. So yeah, hopefully I'm on the tail end of it, and hopefully I don't cough. I don't have a coughing attack during the show, but yeah. Other than that though, I've been okay.
You been
What's up?
playing games while you're sick?
Yes, I've been trekking through all my shit. So I'll give you the updates. So yeah, but before we get into all that, just want to remind you, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. It'll definitely help us out, and we like to see it. If you're listening to us on a podcasting app, you can rate us and share us around and do all that fun stuff, because we like to spread the word. Maybe not my voice, because not right now, because the my nasalness, but regardless, we wanna spread our message and all our thoughts and opinions and all that stuff. If you look in the description, you can see our sponsors, which is W Energy and NordVPN. You can save some money off of products and subscriptions, and they're definitely worth it. I will say, like I've said it before in the past. I use NordVPN every single day. So, and W Energy, they have good products. I mean, maybe not now because it's not workout season, but they're still good to drink. So,
I mean, yeah, it's zero sugar, no crash, energy, so it's actually, you can whenever, you don't have to do it
yeah,
just for working out.
yeah, it's not just for working out. They have other products that's just it's just kind of like a replacement for like all the nasty stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, NordVPN, I can't recommend them enough. I was using them yesterday. I was watching well, maybe I shouldn't say. I was watching stuff that I probably shouldn't have been watching, but thanks to NordVPN, I can. But yeah. So definitely check them out, and if you support them, they'll support us, and we thank them, and we'll thank you. With that out of the way, Brother Zay, what have you been playing?
Oh man. I've been playing when not slaving away at work. Banishers, Ghost of New Eden.
Oh
That
yeah,
dropped
I
on
remember that
Game
game.
Pass.
Oh,
It
it
came
did?
out like it came out on Game Pass. It came out like last year, but I never got into it. And then all of a sudden, boom, it is on Game Pass. I was like, oh man, that's great. So I've been playing the crap out of it. I absolutely love it. It's a really good game. Um, I recommend it to
Yeah, I
everybody
heard
who's
a lot
playing
of
it.
good things about it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a crazy game, crazy storylines, crazy things happening. I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be like scary, but it's not really scary. So I could play it at night. I've also been playing. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my gameplay of Where Winds Meet. It's a action adventure open world game that has also PvP in it. It's absolutely crazy. It's pretty fun. I'm gonna continue playing it. It's out on PC and PS5 right now with a Xbox port coming this year. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned last week, but um I beat Dispatch, which was awesome.
Oh, okay.
I wanna play through it again to get a different ending, because I was happy with the ending I got, but I know there's other endings, so I want to play through it again.
Right.
Yeah, and on top of course playing Battlefield, um, Yeah, that's what I've been playing so far.
Nice. So obviously I've still been playing Kingdom Hearts. That game, like the chain of memories. Like I love Kingdom Hearts games, but I don't know if you've ever experienced where you're playing a game and you reach a part where it's just like I want to be done. It's like I love the game, it's fun, but I'm at a part where it's just so tedious right now and I just want to be done so I can move on.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm at that part. But hopefully I'll be done soon. I'm still playing through that. I did finally, well, not just me and my wife, we finally got to the final boss of Baldur's Gate 3.
Nice.
So we are at the end, and I have some opinions about where the story went. So obviously spoilers if you haven't beat the game yet.
It's like 2 years old. We'll be
I
fine.
know, but still, come on, I gotta put it. So I got to the part. Well, I killed Orin, which we Orin and Gortash. I want to say maybe it was just because we were like overly prepared for it, but
Uh-huh.
we beat them on our first try.
Nice.
I did like Orin's fight. It was interesting. Gortash was kind of disappointing because it was just you just fight him. That's it. There's no like gimmicks or anything. At least
Yeah.
with Orin, there was like, oh, you gotta take out the people first. And actually, we didn't even take them out. Um, we just killed her, and actually, I got an achievement for it for
Yeah.
beating her without taking out all the other people first. Um, but yeah, so then like towards the end, like we did everything, and we got the Nether stones. We went to like the final thing to go to the Nether brain or whatever. We did all that.
Yeah.
And I lost all the roles because I don't know if it's even possible to pass all those roles because like one of them was like 20 and then the other one was 25, then the other one was 35, and then the other one was 99. I
Yeah,
know
no.
I know technically if you get a nat 20 then it'll pass, but like the chances of that happening is like slim to none.
Yeah, they make it almost impossible to do all 3 roles winning 20.
I want to see. I'm curious to look up what happens if you actually do get the nat 20, but I'll save that for later.
I mean,
Uh,
for you could just put a mod on and
that's what
boom.
that's what I thought. Like just put a mod on, you always get 20s. Um, but yeah, so we did that. Then we had to go back into the astral prism, and it was either you absorb Orpheus or you free Orpheus. So, like, I don't know about you and what you did in your runs, but when I like throughout the whole game, I was always skeptical about the Emperor. I was always like questioning his motives and why he kept information from me and stuff like that. It all kind of made sense why, but I still didn't like that he did it. So I was always like kind of like on the fence about, oh, should we trust him? Should we not? Whatever. And eventually, like at the end, when you decide what to do, I decided to free Orpheus. And then obviously that pissed him off. He's like, why would you do this after all we've been through, this and that? And then I thought maybe there would be like a dialogue option to be like, oh, like to try and persuade him to join my side and be like, listen, maybe it might work. Let's try it. Um, but no, there was nothing. And what was even more perplexing is he just joined the bad guys. I was like, what? First of all, the whole entire game, we're trying to destroy the Netherbrain. We're trying to fight back against them and do everything. You were protecting me the whole time, supposedly. Well, I mean, it was really Orpheus that was doing it, but he was saying he was doing it, and we went through everything together. He tried to get me to like do stuff and turn into an illithid myself. And then after all that, just because I want to do something that's not what he said, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna be a bad guy now. Peace. And then all that was just for nothing, essentially. That like it got me so upset. I was like,
Listen,
why? Why
he's a
would you do this?
he's a fucking mind flare. They're evil anyway.
I know, but it's just like, why would you go through this whole song and dance to try and fight the Nether Brain? And then because I was like, oh, let's try it this way, he's like, nah, I'm gonna fight you instead. Like, I guess you didn't care about fighting the Nether Brain. I guess you were just lying. I don't know. I feel like maybe if you because apparently like I looked up like if it was possible to persuade him, and I think they said if you romanced him that you might get the option.
Yes.
So then I was like, that's so bullshit. Like, why? Like, there should have been more avenues to try and persuade him, because like that seems so like lackluster. Like, oh, because you disobeyed me, I'm gonna just be a bad guy now. Like, I feel like there should be more nuance to that. Like, maybe try and fight the Nether Brain, but then also fight me. Like, that's happened. That's happened in other battles where like there's kind of like a third party. Actually, matter of fact, it's in the first battle
Yeah.
where there's like an illithid that's fighting against another, or maybe I'm misremembering. It's been a while since I the start of the game. But I could have sworn there was like someone that was fighting another person. We were just kind of like passing by. Like, they weren't on our side, but they were also fighting. So yeah, it that I just got so upset about it. And
Clearly.
yeah, but we're the battles that precede it is it's very like it's exciting because you get to call upon your allies, which I'm 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 confused because, and maybe it's something that happens later, but like, where are my camp allies? They're not there, and I don't know if they're
So you
supposed to
have
be.
you haven't beaten the full game yet then, right?
No, I haven't. So maybe they
Okay.
they show up later. That's what I assumed. But I was just like, why can't I call them? Why is it only the ones that I've met like to get that are non-playable? But
Yeah, cause remember the whole point is you play through this, you make friends, and then you get to call upon those friends to help you in the final battles. Because it's not just there's more stuff,
yeah.
and you'll see.
Okay. So all right, so I can just wait. Okay. So because like, it just threw me off. I was like, why can't, like, because right before the final battle, we were just like, okay, they're probably like everybody's gonna show up. I'm assuming, because that's the whole point of the game, right? It says gather your allies, and I was like, okay, so then that means we gotta soup up our people, because there's been a few that we kind of neglected. Will that we just never use because they're
Yeah.
trash. But but we were just like, we gotta at least give them some armor and weapons that, just in case that they do join the battle. I don't want them to die. Like, I may not use them. I don't want them to die. Um. So yeah. So we did that, but then they didn't show up. So I'm like, what's going on? But anyway. Um. Yeah. So I'm at the final battle, and we tried to do it like one through, and we got as far as to get Orpheus into like the Nether Brain area, but then we died, so it was like, okay, let's try again. But that's where we're at right now. But yeah,
All right, all right.
it's been
Almost
it's been
there.
almost there. We're right at the finish line. It's been a long time. Like, honestly, I didn't expect it to take this. Obviously, we don't play every day. It's like every like time we're off on the weekends, if that. So we took our time with it. Honestly, I think it took like about a year of us playing like kind of on and off or whatever. Um, but yeah, and we got to the point where my wife is contemplating doing another playthrough. So I'm like, okay, if you down, I'm down.
Yeah,
If
I
we can
mean,
extend
that's
this.
the whole point. You could pick a different character, you can make a different character, you can choose differently. That's the only reason why I played Baldur's Gate 3 multiple times, because it could be so different.
Yeah. And it's weird because normally when I play RPGs, yes, it's meant to be played multiple times. But for me, it's just like I've never felt the need to play like my playthrough is my playthrough.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'll be curious about certain stuff, like, oh, maybe I missed the quest, or maybe if I said this, maybe what will happen. Like, Yeah, I've been curious about that,
Like-
but not enough to be like, oh, let me just play the whole game through. Especially because they're usually long, and I don't. I tend to not want to replay long games, but this one is different because it's obvious I'm playing it with my wife, so uh, I'll let you know if we restart it or whatever. But man, like Larry and they really knocked that out of the park with this one, and I pray that their next game that they're making is a sci-fi game because that will be my dream game, honestly. Like a sci-fi game that's made by Larian that's like well, I don't want to say heavily inspired, but I love Mass Effect. If it even touches the amount of lore that Mass Effect has, then I'm I'm day one.
Let's just hope it don't take you a year.
Well, I mean, hey, I want it to take as long as possible because, like, I'm milking it. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it for that whole period of time.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it's good.
yeah, no, it's very good. I definitely recommend it. Anybody who's kind of is on the fence about it, just do it. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. Um, I've also been playing a lot of Fortnite. We were just talking right before we started that I missed the 0 hour event.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know, like, I know they said it, and you said, like, they played ads about it and stuff. I didn't even know about that. Yeah, I've been playing that, and, I've just because obviously it comes with, the Game Pass Ultimate comes with,
Fortnite crew.
Fortnite Crew, so, like, obviously, it's more of an incentive for me to play, and I've been playing with my kids, but, yeah, that event, like, it completely shut it down, like, I could not log in, because I heard about it, I saw people talking about it, it's like, "Oh, let me jump in." Nope. Apparently, like, people were on Fortnite since, like, 2 a.m. just so they can secure their spot, and, yeah, it's insane. I know they do events like that every now and then, I just gotta pay attention to more, to when it starts actually instead of just being like, "Oh, okay, it's happening soon." Um, I started playing, Tunic, 'cause
Okay.
that's on Game Pass, and,
Yes.
I remember I was like 'cause, I was doing one of the I don't know if you've seen the monthly Game Pass thing
Or
where
like
if
the
you
little
play.
quests.
Yeah, the rewards, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do that every now and again. I'll play not every now and again. I do it every month, but I'll start a different game just so that way it shows up on the thing.
Yep.
And then it's kind of like my way to try out new games, you know. Um, and I did it with Tunic because I was like, I remember that game when it came out, and I played a little bit, but then I never went back. But then I did it again, and now I'm like, I'm actually getting into it. Like I actually am playing it more often, and it's really cool. It's like Dark Souls meets Legend of Zelda is the best way I can describe it. Like classic Legend of Zelda, not like modern.
Not Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, not Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like NES or yeah, those types of Zelda games, but it's really cool. And I'm looking forward to playing it more.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
It's a fun little game.
Yeah, no, it is fun. It's a nice little thing. But yeah, so those are the main things I've been playing.
Very nice, very nice. Let's I guess we'll just jump right in for the news. Last time we had a show, we talked about our predictions for what will be nominated for Game of the Year, and it is December already.
Yeah.
So we have the nominations. They came out, and to no surprise, Expedition 33 was nominated. So
Yeah.
was uh Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Death Stranding 2, and Hades 2. So I just want to say, just about Game of the Year,
Mhm.
honestly, Hades 2 can, Hades 2 can go. They could have put Split Fiction there over Hades 2. I
Yeah.
think that would have made an overall better category for the Game of the Year. It will be a tougher category at the very least with Hades 2 out and Split Fiction there. I don't think Donkey Kong would win. I think really it's between Expedition 33 and Death Stranding 2. That's like where I feel the real competition will be, and I hope Expedition 33 takes it, honestly.
Yeah, I think the way everybody's opinions have been shaping up throughout the year, I think Expedition 33 kind of is gonna sweep everything because it's kind of like a similar situation with Baldur's Gate 3 that we were just talking about. That like when that released, it like took everything, and I think it was just the fact that nobody really expected it to. Like, yeah, people were excited, but they didn't think it was gonna be like the gaming phenomenon that it did. And I think now we're seeing that again with Expedition 33. Like, yeah, people were excited for it, but then when it released, it was just like it was insane the amount of hype that people were feeling for it because it was I think it was just because it was a surprise. Like, more people tend to remember being pleasantly surprised than being like, "Oh, I mean, it's Death Stranding too." Like, we already knew that was gonna be a good game, you know?
Yeah.
So I think the fact that it took everybody by surprise makes it last longer in people's minds. But it's also deserving. Like, I've played it and I mean, I actually no, I did go back to it recently because I was setting it up for the ROG Ally because um I played it a little bit, but it was still kind of like certain parts were not running properly. But then I went back in the settings and now it runs properly. And I was playing it again, and man, I didn't like you gotta be playing that game. I don't want to say nonstop, but like if you take a break and come back, like you gotta relearn it because I was missing all my parries, all my dodges. I was like, damn, I'm rusty.
That's a skill issue, bruh.
It is. No, I definitely it's me. I'm admitting that. But it is a good game, and it's like I think people forget that people tend to hang on to those pleasant memories whenever they're gaming, and that's one
Yeah.
thing that Expedition 33 did for a lot of people. That it was just a good game. Like there was no like freaking like underlying issues. I guess if you want to say Unreal Engine 5 being like the worst thing about the game because it ran like poorly in certain situations,
Yeah.
at least on PC. On console, it runs buttery smooth. But,
No, there was definitely some issues with Unreal when it first launched, you know?
right.
They did tend to update it. They did update it so it was fixed, but ultimately, I don't think that should be like detrimental to winning a Game of the Year award. Like that's just an
Yeah, that's
engine issue.
yeah, I don't think well, performance does play a factor, but as we know, like, that can be patched out, so I don't think it should be, yeah, like you said, in consideration for, like, the quality of the game. Obviously, this game I think it was done by 33 people, right? A studio of 33 or
It's
around
a
there?
small studio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure
small,
just how many. A small studio.
and it's also their first game. So it's like, the fact that they were able to pull it off at the way they did is a testament to how great of a game it is. And like I said, that people remember just having a good time with it. Obviously, there's gonna be detractors, there's gonna be people who just want to hate on the game, but I think overall the
No.
feeling is that Expedition 33 was a breakout game for the year, and the quality is what's sticking with us. And I think it's like I said, I think it's gonna sweep every category.
Yeah, I think so too. We'll have to wait and see because there are some tough categories that it goes into, like especially like for performance, the best performance, with Troy Baker's being nominated, as well as like um oh, what's his name, the one who was in Expedition 33, Charlie
Um, Charlie
Cox.
Cox. I
You
think
know,
there was like 3
there's like
nominations.
three of them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Jennifer English, Charlie Cox, and then the other one, the gentleman who plays Verso. I forget his name, but yeah, all
Oh, is
three of
it,
them.
Ben Star?
Yes, yes. There you go, Ben Star.
Yeah.
So like, they all three of them were nominated, but also like it's Troy Baker. Like he's amazing. So
Yeah.
so like they do have a lot of nominations. They probably will sweep a lot of the categories that they're in. I think they'll also take Game of the Year. I'm excited to see this whole thing play out. I know it's December 11th, so that week, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I do. We talk about it every year, and we always mention it that these Game of the Year awards, or the Jeff Keighley's Game of the Year, or Game Awards, I should say. Like, we have to remember, they're not. It's more of a giant advertisement than anything. That's what it's made for. It's basically Summer Game Fest, but for the winter. Um, so but then they add an awards thing. Like, if you're in doubt, like, most of these awards are just gonna get rattled off. Like, oh, and winner of this game, and then the winner of this award, this game. Like, it's literally just gonna be, and then show more trailers. Like, that's the main thing of it, and I think more people need to just realize that that's what it's for. It's to advertise and show trailers and do all that stuff. You can take, like, obviously, like, studios themselves can, like, put that higher on a pedestal than, like, we do as viewers, but as viewers, that's all it is intended for. Like, you're not getting anything from any game winning an award other than dumb bragging, right? Like, why would you brag about a game winning an award? Like, it's not your game. Like, who cares? But yeah, I just want people to remember that that's what this is. So all the fights and arguments that happen over this stuff is nonsense. That's just play the games you want. If you think freaking Donkey Kong Bonanza is Game of the Year, that's your Game of the Year, man. It's not my game.
Nah, game's not good. Nah.
But yeah, so I mean, I'll still watch it, and we'll
Yeah,
see. I
for
haven't even voted yet. Like, I'm like so, like, disenfranchised with it. I'm just like, why?
I voted. At first day I voted.
I mean, I probably will eventually, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's continue on from the Game Awards. We have some news from Xbox. Sarah Bond had came out and wanted to reiterate about hardware in the next gens, just for all the people to stop. They are doing next gen consoles. And her quote is hardware is absolute core to everything that we do at Xbox, because we know that our most valuable players, the people who love Xbox and love the hardware experience, that's why we're working on our next generation hardware. It's going to be a powerful experience and one that enables people to take their library with them. And that's what's really important here as well, is that we know while people want to play their libraries absolutely on the console, they also want to play it on PC or stream it on the cloud. So just this update, and she did a quick interview. It was all about just making people understand, despite what the people say online, Xbox is doing another console, and it's gonna be premium. It's gonna be probably more expensive, and it's gonna have access to all storefronts like Steam and Epic, as well as the Xbox Store, because they want people to play. They want people to get the console so they can get Game Pass and be in the ecosystem. They don't care about any particular, the hardware sales like 5 years after generation is already coming to an end. They just want people to experience the best, and they're gonna get them that by producing another hardware.
Yeah, I think people tend to neglect the fact that uh Xbox consoles are the majority of Game Pass subscribers. And that's across like Series X and S and Xbox One. Because there's Xbox One is still supported. Like, believe it or not, people still play on it. There's people that still play on the 360. So, um, and that's, I mean, I think they didn't shut down Xbox Live, right? On the original 360, right? Or did they? Am I bugging?
They shut down the Xbox 360 store,
The
but not
store,
live.
but live, you can still play online. So yeah, like, um, yeah, there's still people that play it. I mean, it's mostly like the Call of Duty games and stuff like that. But yeah, there's still a dedicated fan base across all of Xbox's consoles, and I think people are forgetting that the people that bought a Series X and S, they're most likely to still buy the next console because they or the next Xbox console because that's where their libraries are. Unless they're willing to just abandon everything and move towards like PlayStation or Switch or whatever, then that's on them. But most people won't because that's a lot of money to be throwing away, especially if you didn't play everything. Like that's it's I guess it's one of those sunk cost fallacy things, but it's real. Like people feel that way. I definitely feel that way. I mean, obviously I still prefer Xbox, but I'm in no rush to like abandon it because I have plenty of games to play on it still. Like it still works. It still plays. Everybody says Xbox is dead. No, my Xbox isn't dead. It's still running. Um but yeah, so that audience is still viable, and that's why Xbox won't exit completely the console industry because there's still money to be made there. And eventually like freaking 20, 30 years in the future, everything's just going to be in the cloud. I've been said this that cloud is getting to a point where it's almost indistinguishable from playing natively. Almost. Obviously, like to the keen eye, like if you pay attention, you can see like, artifacting and latency issues and stuff like that. But for the average gamer, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. And that's right now. It's only going to advance. So I think eventually consoles are just going away. Hardware is going to go away and eventually it'll just be all cloud. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it's most likely going to happen. Um but for now, for the foreseeable future, Xbox is going to make more hardware, more like first party hardware, not just OEMs or partnering with like Asus and stuff like that. They're making their own hardware, and that should be evident by the Steam machine because that's essentially what Xbox wants to do. They want to have their own machine that is a PC, but it feels like a console. And the fact that they announced the Steam machine this year, I mean it's coming out next year, should be a sign that Xbox is probably going to announce their thing very soon. I don't think it's going to be uh like at the Game Awards like they did with the Series X. Um but it's probably going to come within the next few months. Or I would assume if not, then at the very latest we'll hear about it in their June showcase. But yeah, I think we should be anticipating Xbox's announcement of whatever they have planned. And yeah, but that hybrid console model is what is going to be the future. Being able to play all your games that you already own, as well as every game available on the PC. And if you look at the Xbox Ally and like the Xbox app, the full screen experience, that should be like kind of like a glimpse at what they're planning. Obviously, I think it's not going to be the same thing because I think while it works, there's still a lot of things that they could do to make it better. But I also think that's why they released it now and why they're porting it over to, I mean, we'll talk about it. Um all the like other platform, other PCs, other handhelds, the full screen experience because they want to get it out there so that way feedback can they can get the feedback to make more adjustments so that way whenever the Steam machine releases, they'll be ready and it's not going to be like, oh, like I hate this and I'm going to go to the Steam OS where it'll be like, oh, like it's actually better now. And I mean, hopefully that's the idea. I would hope that they're trying to make it better and not trying to just assume that they have the market leadership of PC gaming because they don't. But yeah, Xbox
Look,
is coming out with more hardware.
Yep. And since you mentioned it, let's just jump right into the Steam Machine because we did get the reveal earlier this November, early in November, and but we never got the price. And everybody was wondering, what's it going to be priced like? Is it going to be priced like a console because it's smaller, the form factor PC.
Mm.
But we have some updates from Linus Tech Tips. He believes that the Steam Machine could be priced at $6.99. And that's because when he went to Valve and they were showcasing the Steam Machine to him, he asked them about the price and he asked them if they were going to be pricing it like a console. And he got some very, they were basically ignoring him. And they were just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
We'll
no,
announce it later when we're
yeah.
ready and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that led him to believe that it's going to be priced more like a PC. Obviously, because it is a PC, that's what the Steam Machine is. It's a PC, just
Yes.
in a small box. So he's like people at Linus Tech Tips are estimating the cost to be about $6.99, probably for the base model, and probably $8.99 for the 2 terabyte version.
Gee, that's
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be like they said, it's gonna be priced like a PC. And honestly, there are PCs out there as low. You could get a PC, a pretty decent modern PC for like 850, $900.
yeah.
So yep.
I think they're not. So a lot of people seem to assume that they were gonna subsidize the Steam Machine because they have Steam and like they can sell games on there to kind of offset the cost of the actual hardware. But I'm pretty sure it was Linus that said it that they're not subsidizing it. Like they told them they're not subsidizing it. And that's basically that's the that's the sign that this thing is not going to be cheap. Obviously we didn't think it was going to be like the price like a Steam Deck. I mean, it's supposed to be 6 times more powerful, whatever. But even the Steam Deck was the cheapest model for just I think it was 64 gigabytes of memory. That was $400. And I basically had no like you could install maybe like 1 or 2 games on it. Um so yeah, and then obviously the more memory you got, that it's more expensive. But the base model was like that's what they did to make it cheaper. I don't know if they're gonna do the same thing. I mean, they already announced the 512 gigabytes, which I mean that's okay. That's maybe you could maybe do 5 games, but or maybe if you do all indie games, you could just download a bunch of those. But um yeah, so if the base model is like $700 that's the estimate, then yeah, the 2 terabyte is gonna be way more. And I don't know if it'll attract the people that everybody seems to think it's going to attract, which is the console gamer. I don't think this is meant for console gamers. Like, maybe it's for people who wanna dip their toes into PC gaming, but I don't think it's for people who want another console, because that's not what this is gonna be. Like you said, this is a PC. It's gonna feel like a console, but is a PC at heart. Um, and I think a lot of people need to realize that this is aimed more at PC gamers who want to basically extend their libraries to other screens. And that'll be a way for them to play their games on the living room. Or in the living room or in their bedroom or any other room that their PC is not in. And that's kind of also a similar selling point to the Steam Deck. It was basically you can play your PC games on the go. But this one it's just like you can't take this on the go. I mean, you could, but I don't know where you're going to put it. Like it's not small. I mean, it's smaller, but it's not small. Like you can't put it in your pocket or whatever. But anyway, this is supposed to be, it's a stationary device. Let me put it that way. So yeah, so That's what the
Right.
selling point is. It's not really meant to be portable. So, yeah, it's meant to be more of an extension, at least in my opinion. I don't think any console gamer like whoever like on PC or on PS5 or Xbox, I don't think they're looking at this Steam machine and be like, that's the next console I want. I'm tired of this locked in ecosystem stuff like that, even though Xbox has already like made the moves to not be like that. If they're tired of those, I don't think they're gonna move to this. I think this is mainly for PC gamers and or people who are interested in PC gaming without having to worry about like buying components and building their own PC or getting pre-built from a store that they don't really know about and stuff like that. But yeah, I I don't know. I don't think this is meant to be like a massive success either. I think this is just meant to push the hybrid, like I said, the hybrid console PC model. So that way Xbox is kind of like more pushed to make their full screen experience more friendly for both PC and console users, and maybe even push PlayStation to doing the same thing because PlayStation, for as everybody seems to think that they do their own thing, they're still in the traditional, hardware first, console first model. Um, they're still doing things that like Xbox is doing, like in terms of like their PC expansion. It's just delayed. It's staggered. It's not right away, but I think eventually they will do it because they see the money. So yeah, so this is also kind of like a push for them, and maybe way down the line Nintendo can do the same thing. I doubt it though. I mean, they're stubborn. But yeah, so yeah, the Steam machine, it's a PC. It's gonna be expensive, so I don't think this is meant to appeal to like the casual audience. This is an enthusiast device. Same thing like the Steam Deck, same thing like the Xbox Ally and all the other handhelds. It's an enthusiast device. Will it drop in price later on? Sure, maybe, hopefully. With all the stuff going on with tariffs and who knows. But yeah, eventually, like it's gonna be everything is gonna be a PC console hybrid,
Yep.
and I think that's the goal for this and Xbox and everything.
Yep. Definitely, it's gonna be the end game. Let's just move right along because you mentioned about the Windows handhelds getting the full Xbox full screen experience. It is officially out for all devices, not just the Xbox Ally X, also for the regular Ally as well. And MSI Claws have it now, and even PCs. If you're in the Xbox preview program on PC, you'll have access to Windows full screen experience, and it'll be rolling out fully to everybody. Um, it was officially coming out on the 21st, so slowly but surely, all devices will be able to use it.
Yeah, and I think this is also part of like what I was saying earlier that um Xbox is trying to get this out there so that way people can test it, put it through the ringer, all that stuff. Even now, there are a lot of the add-ons because like you can install widgets on it, and those widgets kind of fix certain issues that's going on with it because one of the issues was the artwork for non-Xbox store games. Um they were like small, and like it was like a square inside of a square, and it was really annoying. So there's a widget that's made by a third party, and it basically lets you pick I don't know if you can put custom images, but it goes through like the Steam database on what they use and allows you to change the icon to whatever you want, or at least whatever they have available. And that's what I did, and now it looks uniform. Like it still has the little logo of what store you got it from, but now the image is fuller and it looks more like it looks nicer. But that's the type of stuff that they're trying to work out because I do think they'll probably add that on as an official feature. It's just you got to get it out there. People got to test it and make it work. So I think eventually it's gonna be more full-fledged, uh, possibly by next year. Definitely by the time they release their next hardware. But yeah, that's the point of getting it out now, and I'm actually kind of surprised because I did remember them saying something that is they were gonna release it early next year to other devices because it was supposed to be kind of like a timed exclusive thing for the Xbox Ally, but I guess they saw the Steam machine and was just like, nope, we gotta get this out faster. So
Yeah, I mean, the the update is definitely out. So if you want to experience that, even if you're on PC, you can experience it as well. Give it a try. Let us know if you do try it. Let us know how it is, and if you like the experience, or if you want to just go back to what you originally had. And talk to us. Let us know in the comments down below.
yeah, that's the benefit too, that it's optional. It's not like you have to do much to turn your PC. Like literally, it's just a toggle on the Windows 11, and then it'll change it up. So try it out. Why not?
Yeah. All right, let's move on to some news from Avalanche Studios. They're talking about an update from their Liverpool studio. So they have decided to close Liverpool Studios, and they are, as they so eloquently put it, parting ways with 31 people. So they fired 31 people and closed the studio. And I don't know like what is going to happen with the overall studios at Avalanche Studios, because they are still working on Contraband, but we haven't had anything come out about it. Like it's one of those we don't know what's gonna happen, especially after their Liverpool studio just closed. So it's tough times over at Avalanche Studios.
Yeah, I mean, it does suck that they were working on Contraband for so long just for it to get canceled. And based on, I mean, I'm not one to judge. Obviously, a game is a game, and I'm sure it would have had some audience that would have enjoyed it. But based on what was shared after its cancellation, or like the concept art and stuff like that, it didn't look that great. But but spending that much time on a game and then it never releasing, and then now you got to close the studio, it sucks. And I don't think I mean I don't think anybody expects that stuff, but yeah, hopefully those former devs can land somewhere. And yeah, it just this is never a good thing. I mean, obviously we talk about studio closures all the time, sadly. But yeah, I I, I don't know what else there is there to say.
Yeah. Nothing else to say. Let's move on to other gaming, or maybe not gaming news. Nvidia reminds us that it is no longer a gaming company, but it's an AI data center infrastructure company now. And it got even worse because they wanted to let people know we're not gaming anymore. We're focused on AI, but also they are making it harder for gamers because all their new products won't come with VRAM. These, the third party companies, like let's say MSI, will have to come up with the RAM for the Nvidia GPUs going forward, because they're focused completely and solely, totally everything all on AI.
That's so bullshit, man. Like I don't understand. I mean I get it. Obviously that's where the money is, so they're going to follow the money. But to completely abandon what the initial purpose was for your products, which was gaming, it's just it feels like a slap at the face. And I honestly, this is a big opportunity for AMD to kind of like retake that lost ground, because I know a lot of people are going to be upset about this. And because for a long time, Nvidia basically became like the de facto PC hardware manufacturer, at least for like the GPUs, and a lot of people trusted them, and that's where they went to. Like, and AMD kind of was just. I mean, they still made PC components, but their main source of revenue was for consoles, because they provide all that for consoles. I think now is the opportunity to kind of like take the people that don't want to support Nvidia after this, because AI is a very hot topic. I mean, we've talked about it like in our group chats about the bubble that's gonna burst very soon, because it's affecting everything, because everything is gotta be AI now, and it's so stupid. And I think we're gonna see that hopefully sooner rather than later. That every company that put all their eggs in the AI basket, they it's gonna be a rude awakening for them, because not everything needs to be AI. Like, let's just be real. We don't need AI in our refrigerators. We don't need AI on our freaking closets to tell us how many clothes we have that are clean. Like, we don't need all that dumb shit. Like, I think
That's some next level AI shit right
I'm
there.
telling you, like, that's the companies are shoehorning AI into everything, and that's the problem. They're trying to brute force it into being a success, and nobody. Not I'll say nobody, but not a lot of people are investing in it. At least consumers. Uh, People just don't like. I mean, because it doesn't work half the time. That's the problem. Like, if it worked, maybe you could make an argument for it. But when you're like even just like the bare basic like Chat GPT, like when that's giving you basically misinformation, that supposedly it has access to like the internet. That's where it gets all the stuff from. Like, how could you like how does it discern what's real and what's false, like reporting or whatever? Like, if it can't do that, then like that there's why would you try to implement it in stuff that's actually like pertinent? Like, and not to say that there isn't applicable use for AI. Like, I remember just seeing the other day that there was uh a breast cancer patient, or they caught breast cancer in somebody like 5 years before it was like gonna be like developed into something more severe, and they were able to deal with it then. And that's the type of stuff that we need to be like investing in for AI. But if it can't tell you like what the weather is without having to give you like a whole rundown about like different thing, because I remember, I forgot what I saw. It was like basically the chat gpt, like they said something, and then it was a lie. Like, it I don't think it was intended to be a lie. It was the wrong information. And then when you told it that it was wrong, it would say, oh, okay, like, um sorry for being wrong or whatever. And then when you ask it again, it was still wrong. It still gave the wrong information. So it's like, this is still like, well, even if they were to bring AI into a bunch of stuff, like, it's still too early to rely on it 100%. But the fact that Nvidia is like basically going all in on AI, and just, I mean, I don't think they're abandoning gaming, but they're making it a very small portion of their financial uh prospects in the future. That just goes to show that, like, like I said, companies are trying to make AI a thing, and I don't think it's going to be a thing. At least not to the extent that they want it to be. And
Oh,
that includes like Microsoft and Facebook and Amazon, all that stuff.
yeah.
They-
The the big problem that we have with them going AI specifically is now that the prices of RAM have increased
yeah,
quadruple what they were just a couple months ago, because now all these companies are using AI or investing heavily in AI. They're taking up all the RAM. They're using the RAM for AI. And now people, like, let's say you want to build a PC, your RAM is going to be like more than your GPU, if depending on the type of RAM you get or want for your
more
particular build.
more than freaking consoles at some point.
I
Although
mean, yeah,
that's for like if you want to go crazy, like and get
yeah,
like nobody needs like you don't need 64 gigabytes of RAM
exactly.
on a PC.
No,
Like you don't need it. Um,
yeah,
yeah, but
you're not connecting to a server, and like, what are you doing that you need
unless
64 gigs or 120 gigs? You know what I'm saying?
unless you're running a server like a Minecraft server or any kind of server, like then you would need a little bit more RAM. But if you're just gaming, you don't need all that.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, it is a problem because we saw this during the pandemic with the GPU prices increasing significantly, sometimes to twice what they're worth versus MSRP. So it's a
Yeah.
problem, and we're gonna continue to have this problem because companies like Nvidia and Microsoft and everybody just going full speed ahead with AI. But yeah, I guess this is just another reason to hate AI because now RAM prices are going up.
Yeah, I think we're gonna reach a threshold that it's gonna be too much for people to handle. It's already becoming too much for people to handle, and the companies they're pushing for it are gonna feel that crunch, and unfortunately, it's gonna lead to a lot of layoffs. That's ultimately the sad truth about this stuff is that even though they could avoid it by not going so gung ho on AI, they're gonna do it until it becomes unviable financially, and then they're gonna pull back, like, very hard, and then it's gonna cost people like, either way, it's gonna cost people jobs. Either AI replaces a person's job, or AI fails, and the company has to make back that money somehow, and they just lay people off anyway. So, it's like
Yeah.
there is no good scenario out of this situation. And it's sad that they don't care. They don't care. Nobody cares about the potential uh ramifications of this whole AI push. And it's sad. It's disgusting. It's annoying. It sucks. So, but at least if AI fails, we can recoup from that. I don't if AI becomes like the next big thing, I mean that's some people will say it already is, but I if it becomes that viable and a massive success, I don't think it's gonna be that easy to course correct because then they're just gonna keep pushing further. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, we
It's
will
not gonna be
see.
good either way.
Yeah, definitely not. All right, let's move on to the last bit of news we have is about Sony. So, Sony has made over $1 billion from their PC ports, and people were wondering why would they ever skip Steam ports or PC ports if they're making just an extra $1 billion on their older games. So it was reported that they made $1.5 billion in like since 2020 on Steam. And after Steam's cut, of course, it comes up to $1.2 billion. That's an additional $1.2 billion that Sony has currently extra just by releasing either older games and or games like Helldivers 2, which is live service games. Um, it's absolutely insane. They could just, hey, here's a game, give us money, and they just make money. People obviously on PC want to play Sony games. They didn't buy a console to play those games, so it's releasing on PC, and people are buying it, and the proof is there. It's all there. $1.5 billion extra for Sony, and that just means to me they're going to continue bringing games over from PlayStation only to be multi-platform and more PC games.
Yeah, I think the whole rumor that PlayStation was gonna pull back on PC games or PC ports, it was just it was nonsense. I don't think there was any truth or any kind of legitimacy to that. Especially now that we found out how much money they made. Yeah, it was over 5 years, but that's just them, like you said, just porting old games that already made their money on console to PC, and just those games alone were able to make that much money. Now imagine if those games release day and date. Not to say that that's what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna hold back as long as they can from releasing games day and date outside of live service, because obviously live service you need to have games everywhere. But even for like the single player games, I think slowly but surely Sony's gonna realize that they gotta release them sooner on PC rather than later. And that's why we've seen the shortening of the release window from PS5 to PC. I think the shortest one, if I remember correctly, was Spider-Man 2, which was like 6 to 8 months after the release. And I think that's what we're gonna be looking at for a while. It's gonna be a 6 to 8 month window. I mean, if you wanna talk about rumors, we didn't really bring it up, but Death Stranding 2, it got rated for PC
Oh, that's right.
the other day. So, but I mean, it's published by Sony, but I don't think they have control over that stuff, because I do think Kojima Productions, they bought the IP back, they bought control of the IP back. So I think that was more of their move, and they're taking it as soon as possible. The soonest that they can release on PC, they're gonna do it. I don't think that was Sony's plan. But if that's the truth, we don't know when that would release. But the fact that it's being rated now probably means it's gonna come out within the next couple months. And if so, that's gonna be the shortest one. Technically, because yes, it's published by Sony, but it's not their IP. So, yeah, and we've gotten other ones that are like third party thing. What was it? The Lost Soul Aside. That technically is a Sony first party game, but not really. But I don't know.
I mean, even games like Stellar Blade, their studios are talk about releasing it on multi platforms, even for their next
The next
sequel.
game.
The
Yeah.
next game, they're gonna be multi-platform. So, I mean, it just makes more sense. These companies want money. That's the goal. Is money. The only way to make more money is to put it everywhere. Why
Yeah.
would you limit your customer base? Yeah, sure. The PS5 has what, like 77 million install base, right?
Yeah.
But only not everybody buys all those games. Bring it out to more people. There's like, I don't know, it was like 500 million, could be even a billion PCs out there that can play games.
Yeah.
Open your games to that market. On Steam alone, there's 42 million active users just last month. So you have the potential to have so many different users gaining access to your games, which just means more money for your company. Why wouldn't you put it in other places? This just makes sense.
Yeah. I think the past 5 years have basically just been a test for Sony in terms of like their PC expansion. I think they wanted to see if there was like a kind of like a consistent stream of games coming out for PC, and people knew about it. Like we know basically every game since 2018 that has released on PlayStation, not all of them, but most of them um got ported to PC. And I think that's kind of like they're kind of setting that expectation to see if it affects console sales. And clearly it's not, because they're still selling consoles and they're still seeing the sales mainly on PlayStation consoles. So I think the lesson that they're learning is that their install base is already conditioned to buying the games on console if they own it already. And those that don't own PlayStation are willing to wait to buy it on PC later, as opposed to just getting a PS5 and playing it there. So I think Sony is they're still I think they're still in a testing phase, but I think it's safe to assume that anything that Sony puts out is eventually gonna go to PC. Not everything, but a lot. I want to say maybe like 90% of their output is going to be on PC eventually.
They gotta
And-
make up for buying Bungie.
Well, well, that's a whole nother situation that they got to figure out. But in terms of like their PC stuff, like I think they want, like you said, it's all about the money. They're following the money, and they would be fools to just turn that down. So obviously they're gonna invest more. Obviously, they bought a whole freaking PC porting studio in Nixus, so I'm pretty sure that means more is coming. Like more, it's gonna be more consistent. But yeah, so that's basically the future of PlayStation. I mentioned before, PlayStation eventually is gonna be that too. It's gonna be the PC console hybrid. Maybe they still got one more generation after the after PS6. Maybe that's gonna be the last traditional console. But after that, I think whatever they have, the PS7 is gonna be PC console hybrid, because I think eventually that's gonna be the main selling point. Just play all your games anywhere. Like why, like the whole walled garden closed ecosystem stuff is not working. It didn't, like, if just look at Apple, they all, like, all their stuff, it was like with the intent of keeping it walled in. And yeah, they were kind of pushed to be more open and release stuff on like Android and stuff, but it happened, and now they're still making money off of it. So like it didn't hurt their business to be more open. And I think Sony's gonna realize that too, that it's not gonna hurt their business by embracing PC a little bit more than they have been. So yeah.
All right, that's it for the news. That's all we got. That's it.
All right. There's a lot.
Yeah.
But we got through it. Yeah, so just remember, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and you can share us with your friends and family and all that good stuff. Listening to us on a podcasting app, you can rate us and also share us on there, so we can bring our voices to more earballs. And if you look in the description, you can see our sponsors, W Energy and NordVPN. You can save some money off of products and subscriptions. And if you support them, they'll support us, and we'll thank them, and we'll thank you. That's it. So we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
This is
Laters.